y'all. How you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, gonna do a quick video today. Forecast, what are we looking at? What's coming up type of thing for this week. We're just gonna do a quick little snapshot. I wanted to be able to touch base with y'all and have Penelope match Mama's mouth. Sexy. Alrighty, y'all. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we take a look at the tea with the tarot. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful, so if you're down with that, join the family here. We'd love to have you. And in addition to subscribing and tapping that notification bell, you can be a member of the Perk Squad for 5 extra perks, including exclusive videos and video shout outs like this one. Shout out to you, Kimmy. I know you've been a long time Perk Squad member and very happy to have you here. Very thankful to have you here. So yeah, shout out to you, Kimmy. Big hugs to you for being a part of the Perk Squad. Okay, so let's get into this forecast, y'all. This forecast. Alrighty, let me pull up the cards and move this microphone right here. So we're gonna do this. I know that in the drama world, one of the things going on right now is continuing this big tiff between Gabby Hanna and Jessie Smiles. But not only have I already done, I believe, 2 videos, maybe even, on it already, so you can check those out if you're interested. Not only have I already done that, but usually I like to read on these things before I've seen a million videos on them, because if I know a little bit of backstory, that's helpful. If I know all the details down and dirty and enough to start forming some major opinions, then I can get biased. And I think I've been around long enough with all this Gabby Hanna, Jessie Smiles drama that I would have to admit to myself that by now, sitting here right now, pretty sure I would be biased. So I'm not so sure there's any more I can read on that. Like I said, I've done videos like a month ago or more now, maybe even 2 months ago, on all this Gabby Hanna stuff before I kind of went down the rabbit hole. And so I think I still stand by all of that. You can check all of that out. Looks like a lot of that stuff is kind of coming true right now with everything Gabby Hanna's going through. But in terms of me doing a updated new video on the matter, I'm not so sure there's much that I could look into, and my bias could get in the way on that. So I like to be honest and upfront with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now with this. I think by now I've actually formed some opinions on the matter in a way that I don't want that to affect things. Speaking of, as we're saying this is a card that kept coming up during the reading on some back and forth stuff that included Gabby Hanna and Jessie Smiles, and this was coming up as an emotional immaturity card. So it's interesting that that flew out right now, because that was one of the ones that came up a couple of times in that. So today we are steering clear of that, and we're going into things that I don't have a horse in the race in terms of how this week is gonna go. It's gonna go how it's gonna go, and I think we need some spiritual insights about it. I think we need some spiritual advice about it, and we're gonna dive in and do that. So let's take a peek. Spirit guides, what are we looking at for the forecast of this week? What do we need to know about this week? What are your spiritual insights, spiritual guidance for us to know this week? Oh, shit. Alrighty. I want a little bit of context on this card, right, y'all? Give me some context. Okay. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Okay. Let's see if I get some any other context cards. Do I want anything else right now? Maybe over here. Maybe for this guy over here. Okay. Yeah, so, alrighty. What we're looking at so far for this week, and again, anytime I'm doing a general read like this, there are going to be some people that this may not apply to. So take the parts that make sense for you and leave the rest. That's kind of how we operate over here. I want this thing to straighten up. I have an idea that a little puppy has knocked this astray. A little Chihuahua puppy has done their way with this camera stand and decided to make everything hell. Come on now. Stay, motherfucker. Stay. Thank you. Alrighty, so what we're looking at here, we're seeing that this is going to be a busy week. Busy week. Hectic week. Lots of energy. Go, rush, lots going on. So one of those weeks where we're like, whew, this feels like the longest week ever, and yet this is the fastest week ever, and there's not enough hours in the day. One of those kinds of weeks. And as we're looking at here, the reason why I was like, oh hell, because we saw this card. With this Seven of Swords upright, and the Knight of Cups on top of it, I'm just going to be honest. For some of us, a lot of us, because again, this is a general reading. It's supposed to impact basically everyone. There's going to be a few people that may get lucky and not fit the mold, or may get unlucky and not fit the mold. But a lot of us are going to be seeing these themes. And this theme right here is emotional manipulation. We run the risk this week of getting emotionally manipulated by someone. To be fair, this card is in the upright position, meaning the person that is doing the manipulation, even if it ends up being ourselves, because remember, it is possible that we end up being this person. We can't discount that. But with this being upright, this person is not a bad person. This person is not an evil person. Whoever's doing this in our lives, and again, could be us, it's not some evil person. It's someone that's in that moment doing the best they can with what they have, and this is what you got kind of thing. So, you know how sometimes, I'm going to try to normalize this a little bit here, but you know how sometimes we might tell a lie because we just don't have time to deal with something, or because we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or because we don't want to have to deal with the fallout reaction that something gives. We might do something like that. Not cool. It's emotionally manipulative to be withholding truth or telling something that is not entirely truthful, but we have at times made decisions like that. This could be an example of that. This could be an example of all different kinds of things people do to be sneaky to avoid conflicts, things people do because, they realize that it's sneaky to try to say this, that, or the other to their boss, but they feel like, I have to say this because I'm really running low on money and I want to make sure my boss gives me commission. So I really need to be out there. And so they might, serve a table that they're not supposed to be serving. They might jump in line in front of somebody and doing car sales and pull a sale away from somebody else who should have had it, or, things like that. Just think there's a whole host of different ways that this can show up in our lives. It won't show up the same exact way in everybody's life, but the theme will be the same. That there's some sort of emotional manipulation going on this week, and we can't discount that we might be the person to accidentally do this. It could happen to us, or we might be doing this. So why I'm saying that is be open, be mindful, eyes on your own paper, okay? Eyes on your, Penelope's eyes on your own paper, okay? So just make sure you're grading your own paper and checking to make sure that you're not this person this week. And if you're dealing with someone like that this week, not saying, that they shouldn't be held accountable for what they're doing, but just saying, this is saying they're not a bad person. So whatever it is they're doing, they feel like they have to for some reason, or they're trying to avoid something, or they're trying to get something, or things like that. And it might not be entirely horrible. So perspective is a lot here with this. Okay, so that's one thing, couple things here to look out for this week. Then we have this 3 of Wands in reverse and 5 of Wands in reverse. This is a lot of Wands energy to be in reverse. Wands are usually trying to move things forwards. When you got stuff in reverse, you kind of feel like you're getting slowed down a bit, like you're getting held back a bit. So for these cards to be in reverse like this, we might feel like there's something that's just on the horizon. Like we're waiting for this thing to appear. We're waiting for this thing to happen. This thing could come up at any minute. We feel it in our bones. Come on. When's it going to happen? Come on. And it's just like, ugh. It doesn't. And it's like, why does everything have to be so slow? And remember what I said earlier about this card, how it's going to feel like it is both the longest week ever and the fastest week ever? Because there's going to be an aspect of it. It's like, oh my God, everything is going so fast. I can't keep up. Slow the fuck down. For Christ's sake, there's too much. This is too much. But on the other hand, we're going to be like, there's these certain things that we just really need to hurry up and develop, or we need to get the answer to this, or we need to do this, or we need to do that. And like, why is it taking so long? Why do I have to wait on this person or that person to get this, or, what the fuck? And so it's weird that we're going to be feeling those two different feelings all at the same time. Very bizarre energy, but that's exactly what we're seeing here for this top row. Exactly what we're seeing here. So when we're looking at this bottom row, percolators, this card, remember we were talking about this in July 2021 reading? We were talking about needing the self-care and the rest. Look at this person. This is as restful as rest can get. This is someone that's like, you know what? I know things need to be done. I know that I'm never going to get everything done that I was hoping to get done. There's not enough time in a day. There's only one me. I can't have 8 clones of me working 36 hours a day. It's just not going to happen. And so this card is like, we're just going to have to force times to rest. We're going to have to make times. We're going to have to put that priority there and make it happen. No job is so important that we don't put ourselves first. No role that has to be done is so important that we can't put ourselves first, because we need to make sure that we can be there. We need to make sure we can be there. So rest up. Very important. Rest up here. Rest up. We talked a lot about that in the July reading. If you haven't seen the July 2021 reading, then go ahead, jump on over there in a second after this one and take a look at that, because we go into more detail on that kind of self-care type of piece. Now, over here with the 4 of Pentacles upright, and then over here, 7 of Wands upright. Alrighty. This is good here. This is good. This means you may not feel like you're in control, but you're in control of a whole hell of a lot more than you think you are. A whole hell of a lot more than you think you are. And this is continuing to step up to the plate and fight. Fight for what you know you need. Fight for what you know you've got to bring for yourself. I don't mean fight as in people go forth and be violent, for fuck's sake. But I mean stand up for your needs. Stand up for your boundaries. Stand up for what it is that you feel like in your soul you're being pushed towards, led towards. And so it's like the opposite of that kind of give up, resign yourself to whatever's happening kind of energy. It's the opposite of that. So it's saying here, it's okay to make sure you're getting your needs met. For some people, getting their needs met is literally the self-care card. For some people, it'll be other things. But we are more in control than we think. We are more in control than we think. So in all the ways that we start thinking, oh my gosh, this is all out of my head. I'm so out of control. Everything is out of control. I feel powerless. I feel like I can't do any of this. And you get like over it. Just stop and think, how much of this do I have choice in? How much of this can I control? And you can think, I have a choice to respond or not. I have a choice on how I react or not. I have a choice on how I feel about this thing or not. I have a choice of if I hate how this is going at my job, I could do something different. I could, talk to my boss, or I could get a new job. Might take me a couple weeks, might take me a couple months, but I could. Technically, I could. What if this has happening over here, in a different arena of my life, say with a friend? I could have something going on with my friend and realize I'm in more control than I thought. I can say something, or I can distance myself from this friend, or I can break off the friendship. In all things, there's so much more choice and so much more control than what we realize. And this is telling us to find those pockets and step up for what we need. Step up for what we need, even if that stepping up for what we need is the self-care. So there's a lot going on in this week. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all some air hugs to be able to contend with everything that's going on this week, because this is a lot, y'all. This is a lot of freaking energy. And again, if you'd like a private reading with me, description box below, you can schedule it all yourself. Doesn't matter where in the world you are. My scheduler works internationally. So if you'd like a private reading, everything is in the description box below. Everything else that you might want to know about is in the description box below. Summer merch, P.O. box, some good scripts to say for cleansing and protection and things like that. Very cool stuff there. And let me pull these up too for everybody that's been saying prayers for my dad. I am very, very grateful for y'all. Thank you so much for sending prayers to my daddy with everything we've been going through. As y'all know, last week we had to call an ambulance and send him to the ER. And as an update from everything that, all the tests and everything that we've been doing, what we have discovered is that it is leukemia. So daddy does have cancer. Very upsetting news. I have not been okay this week. But I'm very grateful for all of the prayers and everything, all the positive energy and everything y'all are sending. I genuinely believe that helps. And I also know that it brings people comfort. Me, him, other family members. It brings us comfort to know just how many well wishes and positive energy and people sending Reiki and people sending prayers and all of that. It does impact the family very positively, and we're very grateful for that. And so I want to say again, thank you for that. And you don't even don't feel like you have to say you're doing it or that you have to do it. I'm just wanting to say thank you for those who have done this, who have helped. That means the world to me, because he's my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. I always have been. Y'all who saw the last video saw the side-by-side picture of me and him being in our look-alike selves, and you saw the videos of him trying to perk up in the hospital. And speaking of perk, we are percolators here, and we have a Perk Squad here, and we ask how you perking, and guess where I got all of that from? Daddy's the one that's like, well, how you perking? And are you perking puny right now? Whenever somebody's sick, he's like, oh, they're perking puny. That they're feeling sick in the family, people like that. And now he's perking puny. And you can laugh about all the perkins and the this and that, and you could cringe with that. I don't care. That's Southern, and it comes from him, and sentimental value, that's everything to me. So yeah, anywho, we're battling that out right now. He'll be 77 in November, so age is working against us, and some other things are working against us, but we're trying to stay hopeful. We're trying to stay positive. It's just a lot, but we're getting through it. So anyway, that's the update. Just wanted to let everybody know, and to thank y'all for the prayers. I know I'm just rambling now, So I'm going to quiet it down and head on out. But I'm hoping that this reading is helpful. And again, happy to do private readings with people. Feels good to be able to help folks right now with their issues instead of having to think only about the issues that are going on in my family. Sometimes it's nice to have that kind of break. So thank y'all for people who've been scheduling sessions and things of that nature. And yeah, coming at you with some more videos here in the near future. Gonna think of some things. I've got some ideas that I've been writing down, some things that are on my list here. So we shall see where we go with that. And yeah. Well, alrighty. Is there anything else? I'll put a B-roll of something here at the end of the video. I don't know what. I know that, Riquito, my boyfriend Julio, was helping me get this video stuff set up earlier, and it was recording dumb bullshit that we were saying. And there was even a part where Bodhi was in his lap and was like, and it was like the longest, most pitiful little sigh ever. And there's music playing, so you can almost not hear it, but if you jack up the sound and you're listening for Bodhi whining, especially when we start falling out laughing and be like, could you hear that? Did they hear that on the microphone? And we're laughing. That's Bodhi. So if you rewind that and blast it and listen for it, you'll hear him. So I'll put that here at the end, because I know some of y'all have been liking these little B-roll clips at the end, so we'll just put that there as a little funny to tie all this up. So if you're here for the funny and you watch the whole video, let's see. Let's put, what kind of emoji do we want to put in the chat to say that we've watched the whole video? Let's do, you know what? For good measure, for Daddy, let's do prayer hands. If you see the video all the way to the end, then let's do some prayer hands for Daddy. Alrighty, y'all. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, love you minute. Bye, love you minute. Love you minute. Like, literally, love you fucking mean it. Love you minute. Bye, y'all. So, yeah. Because he's already griping. He already has gripes. So, visuals look good on this. I was just grabbing a handful of cards. Bodhi used his paw to pick out. Where is he at? He used his paw to pick out this card, which was the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. He's trying to get me fired. Rude. You're trying to get your mother fired. Can't believe you. Alright, so, got this. Okay, and I'm gonna zhuzh up my hair because it sucks. I'm hideous, Rico.
So pretty.
Hideous. Okay. Can they hear that?
I hope so.
Did you put them up to the microphone?
No, but I saw the signal going up.
You saw the audio signal going up?
Yeah, so.
Ooh, I look like I laid on some Velcro. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Which way was my hair parting today? Was it parting on this side earlier? Do you remember?
No, especially here where everything's backwards. I can't remember.
Like the bag kind of snatched, like Velcro snatched my head, and it's a mess. We're in.
He's in.
Bodhi, you're in. Try to look happy about it, son. Son, why do you have this face? Try to look happy about this. We're doing family tarot. Family tarot, son. And all of this. Okay. The girls on the... Oh. I'm gonna lick near the microphone? Yeah, you're gonna microphone lick? Okay. Good breath. Alright. It's so bad.
It's just nasty.
You smell it.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Just don't react. I do, but...
Just don't react. How do you not? How do you not choke? Alright. So, here we go. Okay. So I'm gonna. Oh,
She's been there. I didn't know she was right there. Yeah.
I guess she should be on my lap too
Just
now.
get her. Yeah.
We should, cause we should do everybody.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
She looks lonely. Just get the whole thing. Yeah.
I almost dropped it on its head. I was like, oh shit, but no, I got it. This is what I got. This is what I got. It's gonna be what it is. Oops, wrong way. Okay. Are we good? Are we ready?